the Muhammad Ali Act, I'd be remiss if I didn't bring it up with yourself, because I know you've spoke about it on a few occasions. I know Eddie Hearn's referenced it as well, saying, obviously I thought Oscar and Nico Ali Walsh, I thought they spoke very well. I think Eddie alluded to the fact that this is already a done deal. There's nothing, this is already going through. Is that how, from the outside looking in, you see it, knowing what you know about the lobbying process, etc.?
Well, there's lobbies, and I've said this the other day on the Ariel Helwani show. There's lobbyists who push these senators. I mean, politicians are the most spineless, most garbage human beings that can exist. I mean, for you to be in that world, knowing that nothing's going to change, and you can pretend you want to get in that world to help people. Nothing helps people in that world, because the political machine is too strong that for one individual to go in there and change things. So when you're going in there and all you're looking for is lobby money, that's really all they're looking for, is to pad their own bank accounts, and so when you see that lobby money will change everything, from not just the Ali Act, I mean, from poison being injected into foods to GMO food to everything. I mean, just crazy things that you see that lobby money produces from these absolutely spineless, despicable creatures that we call politicians. That didn't shock me that the Ali Act was, sort of is on the way to being changed over to what the Zuffa people wanted it, because no matter what Oscar and Nico would have said, and I was asked to go on that, I would have actually gone. It had not been in training camp, because it was coming to the close of my training camp. But either way, like Eddie said, it's a done deal, because these politicians have already made up their mind. They've been lobbied, right? And so the funny thing about a lobby is, depending on who's giving the lobby, it's called a lobby. If the wrong person is giving the lobby, it's called a bribe. But if a politically connected person is giving the lobby, it's called a lobby, right? So it's funny how you can call the same thing can be a crime, but at the same time it can also be a lobby, So I mean, when you see the hypocrisy behind all this stuff, so you think boxing that already had its own problems is going to be helped by these people? No, it was never going to be helped by these people, and unfortunately, corporate greed takes over, and it does. Like I said, it takes over in situations even more important than this. I mean, you talk about the humanity's food supply for the whole world is getting poisoned more and more every day. It's more and more difficult to get real food anymore because of this. So you think something as minimal as boxing contracts wasn't going to get overturned by a lobby? No, of course not.
Do you think the Zuffa movement lasts? Do you think it has a foothold?
Do I think the Zuffa movement lasts? I mean, I think it'll.
There's one guy at the top of everything. Like Turki Al-Sheikh's got interest in everything.
Yeah.
But he's brought the Zuffa thing to fruition.
I mean, he's a face.
Well, so.
The thing with Zuffa is they've also got guys like Ari Emanuel and Nick Khan and all those guys. They're big pieces in the William Morris Endeavor and WME, which is a major conglomerate in the United States, talent agency and whatnot. It's not just Turki Al-Sheikh. And it's funny because even something like that is a very interesting things when you look really between the lines.